Um, Taking a short video of my 93 Lexus LS 400. We are the second owners. We bought the car in September of 1995. When the car had, I need to look at the title. I've got the title, and I think it had about 12 or 13,000 miles on it. Anyway, it was, just in the teens. We've owned it since September 95. The car has, the last time I could see the odometer, I think it said about 270,000. This has been a great car. Anybody that knows these first generation Lexus knows they are just unbeatable, man. That V8, 4.0 V8 is just built to run forever. Great car. This one still runs very good. I actually had been driving it to Atlanta. I live close to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I commute down I-75 to Atlanta in this car almost daily. It's about 63 miles one way from my house to my work. So I was driving, once you go to lunch and do some things, I was running about 150, 160, 160 miles a day on this car still, up until the alternator went out again. So that's the way the car sits now. Alternator is out. I've put 3 on it in the past 2 years. The first 2 went bad because of my leaky power steering situation. Anybody that knows these cars know that's an issue. Power steering with the first generation Lexus was a nightmare. I think I've got mine sorted out. I ended up just sealing it up, welding it, ripping all the unnecessary crap off of it, hoses and stuff, so it wouldn't spew any more fluid into the intake manifold and leak all over the place. But anyway, it's patched, but I wasn't going to spend a ton of money fixing it back to original, but it is patched and works well and quit leaking. I think the reason my third alternator went out this time is because the belly pan underneath the tray is finally destroyed itself with my long commute, and I ripped it all off. And then with all the rain that we had and the flooding on my main road out here by my house, I killed my last alternator. The car's been sitting for a couple of months now. I'm just gonna finally go my separate ways with it and sell it, see what I can get for it. It's a great car. It just needs a little fixing up. I'll run through a quick list of things I know that it needs. Driver's side window does not work anymore. $568 for a new switch. I said, to hell with that, I'll find a used switch. They're on eBay for about $60. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So all the other windows work. Driver's side does not. One of the rear door locks in the back does not lock anymore with the switch. Door handle, cracked and busted, but I epoxied it sloppily. It works. It just don't look pretty. Interior's pretty decent, except driver's seat is totally ripping there at the bottom. Sorry, the car's a little dirty. Like I said, I parked it after it quit on me. Steering wheel worn out, man. I mean, just from, grabbing the wheel. Shifter knob, same way. Air conditioner will freeze your butt off. Still works. It's all original. I've never had to recharge it. Nothing. It just works. Changed the filter in it last summer. That helped a lot. You should have seen how stopped up the filter was. I never knew it had one. But the displays do not light up anymore here. Radio works. Power antenna does not work. I have it pushed down in the down position because I listen to my satellite radio all the time. Windshield is cracked. That star has been there for 10 years, and when I put my Garmin, suctioned it on there last year, it pissed off the star, and it decided to go all the way from one side to the other. Sunroof works. Power seat still work. Transmission shifts good. Check engine light has been on for 4 years, but we are not in Mission County. I haven't worried about it. The car runs good. I'm going to start it. It's been sitting. There we go, baby. Oh, look, check engine light didn't come on. It comes and goes. As you can see, the alternator is gone. Battery light on. Good idle. Doesn't run hot. I've never run it hot. I've always taken care of the car. Timing belt has been changed at 77,000, 170,000, and no wait, 160,000. Anyway, somewhere around 160, 170, and then I changed it again at 245,000 miles, which was back in 2008. Transmission shifts good. You know, goes through the gears. I had it serviced last summer, had a new filter, and flushed, and man, it just shifts like a Lexus, you know, is supposed to. Let's see the motor real quick. I charged the battery on it last night. That's why we're able to run it for a few minutes. As you can see, I mean, it just runs, just hums. Still a good motor. It's got a little, tiny little valve click, but it's been doing that for years. Doesn't use any oil, doesn't leak any oil. Great motor. You can't beat those babies. Kumho tires, I replaced a couple of years ago. They probably got about, I don't know, 20,000 miles on them maybe. They're in good shape. See that? Whoa, there we go. They're in good shape. They've worn evenly. Everything's cool there. I did sand my little hubcaps there and repainted those last year. It's not perfect, but God, they looked awful. They had totally peeled, and just radio antenna is there. I just keep it pushed down. Go Dogs. Towel. I got a towel covering the rear seat because the stitching has started to crack, as you can see there. It really started to crack down in the middle. I just put a black towel over it, covered it up. Rear seat hadn't been used a whole lot. Just kids have ridden in this car. They might ride in it 20 times a year, but you know, it hadn't been totally, you know, juice spilled everywhere, trash kind of thing. As most of the miles were by me or my mom. She had the car first. Actually, I think the title's still in her name. I never titled it over to me. Actually, I think it's in her. Yeah, it's unimportant. All the other windows work. Her seat still works. Oh, the tilt and telescope. Oh, yeah, that all still works. I think this was the first car they said that ever offered this. But that's it. Like I said, still just a great running old car. Can't beat it. It'll last. It'd be a great first car if you're a mechanic and know how to work on these things. Fix it up, put an alternator on it, put a belly pan on it, get you a used window switch over there. It could probably use some shocks. They're a little soft, they're original, they're old. But I put new rear carrier bushings on last year. So there were some control arms put on the front a couple of years ago. You know, it drives straight, it drives pretty good, but it's pretty softly sprung. Paint still shines good. It's never been wrecked, never been hit, painted. All the VIN labels are on all the doors and on all the panels, so you're in good shape there. But like I said, great car. Will miss it, probably cry when it drives away. It's just time to move on. Anyway, thanks.